Something a burglar would not want to see when he breaks into a house. Rob.
Naked grandma!
Naked, huh?
I don't want to see that either.
Have you seen some of these grandmas?
I wouldn't want to see that either. I love that guy. Just punches it in right at the end. He's just standing there all cool. Welcome, everyone, to the Rhythm Section Podcast, produced by SRP Studios Podcasting, srpstudiosllc.com.
Catch new episodes every Tuesday morning on Apple and Spotify, 6 p.m. Central on YouTube and Facebook, and 7:30 p.m. on radio-memphis.com.
And follow us at therhythmsectionpod.com for all channel links and episodes. Alrighty. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the show. My name's Derrick. That's my buddy Jeff. Mr. Ward himself.
The man.
The man.
The myth. The legend.
Denied.
Today's interview is with Ken Houston Rocks, everybody. We just finished our interview with him. Got all kinds of information to share with you all, which I should probably grab our notes. But we'll get to that after our ad break. I thought we could. Gosh, there's two things we want to talk about here in the intro, but we're going to start with unfortunate news. Of course, everyone knows this by now, but one Ace Frehley has passed away. Yeah, the icon of icons, right? And look, I didn't grow up with KISS.
Yeah.
I've mentioned that in the past. You have your specific relationship with KISS as far as the era you like, that you liked more than others. But what I can tell you is just the short time we've been doing this show, a few years now, 100+ episodes, KISS is probably the one that comes up the most as far as influence, right? It's like it just seems like KISS is constantly coming up, right?
Legendary is a term you can easily use to describe KISS.
KISS, it just... And in all the interviews with all the big major acts, just like, you know, when I saw that first KISS album, my mind was blown and I knew I wanted to do that. It's just crazy how influential they have been. And then Ace passes.
Right.
And then you realize, like he was, you know, you think Gene Simmons, you think Paul Stanley, of course, I mean, you think of all of them, and the original four as a unit. But all these years, it's Gene and Paul, but man, Ace Frehley was the lead motherfucking guitar player,
for a long
spaceman, and the guitar hero. And a
lot of musicians, Memphis musicians and musicians in general, can thank him for them being musicians.
Yeah.
They started doing it because of
100%,
Ace.
Yeah. And, you know, when someone passes and the reaction that person gets says a lot about the person's impact, right? And he certainly had a positive impact on the music community, the music business, and all these old clips. And another thing I've seen a lot of with all these people paying tribute is saying that his solos were extremely singable,
right, and
catchy. Kept it simple. You know, he had his little, you know, pentatonic rock solos. I know if you all hear some keyboards in the background, Mr. Manny is playing back there. I should have told him, hey, dude, we're recording in here.
Sounds like they're having church.
We should try calling him, see if he'd answer. Let's see if he would answer. Just for the hell of it.
We're going off script here.
I doubt he answers.
Hello?
Hey, what's up, Manny?
Hey, bud.
Hey, Manny Zapata from Big Note Music Lessons. You're on the Rhythm Section Podcast.
Right on. What's going on?
And can you turn down the keyboard for the next, 10 minutes, 15 minutes?
Oh, I thought you left. I thought you went the other way, man. Yeah, you're fine.
We just wanted to have a fun time with you on the show, too, just being goofballs.
I did not know you guys were in there. I just was staring at that screen. I thought you walked out the door.
Go ahead and play Jump by Van Halen while you're at it.
Okay, got you.
All right.
See you, buddy. That's awesome. He answered. He is a good friend.
Yeah.
But anyway, so rest in peace, Space Ace Frehley. And no, I'm a plumber.
I'm a plumber.
Fall Fest. So we talked about Fall Fest a lot leading up over the last couple episodes and promoting things. And as we record this on Sunday the 19th, it just happened last night. We were there. They had to stir some things up and change start times because a big storm was coming in.
Yeah.
And to Stephanie Wilson Nichols, or is it Nichols Wilson? Wilson Nichols. Good on you.
Just
you
Stephanie.
Put on a great show, but boy, she was stressed out because of the timing and the storm and wanting to get Starship in, and it all worked out. Starship ended up starting a couple hours early. Had to move some bands around. Unfortunately, some bands had to get canceled on. It was unfortunate. It is what it is, but the show went on.
Yeah.
And literally within 10 minutes after Starship ended, the rain started dumping down. So good decision to make things move around, but it was a great time. And I have to put this picture up here because we joked back when Mickey Thomas was on the show, and then I mentioned it again. I brought light to the fact that your Make-A-Wish was to just sit right in front of Jeff Adams.
Yeah.
And we get there and we find out what table is ours and what your seat is. And sure enough,
Right in front of Jeff.
and boom, here's the picture. This isn't a joke. Like, we didn't just put Jeff in this seat for this picture. This was exactly where Jeff was sitting.
And it's pretty priceless because I'm wearing my Rhythm Section hat, Rhythm Section shirt.
I know.
That's all right there. And then Jeff Adams, front and center, right
Front
there.
and center, right in front of you.
Yeah.
But it was a great show, though, Jeff.
It
Wasn't
was a terrific show. It's so awesome to see local Memphis guys doing a national act and being out there. I mean, they're just pros, and they're so good at what they do, and the rest of the band as well. And you got to give Mickey props.
Oh, that voice,
Dude
he hasn't aged.
They don't drop it down half a step. They're singing in the original key, and he's crushing it just like he was doing 40, 50 years ago. And I mean, it hit after hit.
Oh, that's it. I mean, and it was a 75-minute show, and then one more, and they obliged. They came out and did an encore, and they did "Don't Stop Believing."
Right,
know?
Because Mickey said that he had sang on a tribute album
for that band.
Right.
And he's like, I'll do it if I get to sing this song. So
Yeah.
he recorded his vocals for Don't Stop Believing, and then that's what they played. Cool. And then that was it. It was a punchy set of just hit after hit, like you said. And
it's so cool to be able to stand up at the front of the stage with so many of our friends.
Yeah.
And to have our friends on stage playing and seeing us down there and just rocking out. It was a good time.
It was a great night. So glad we made it happen. Again, thank you to Stephanie again for collaborating with us, ultimately hooking us up with Mickey Thomas for his interview on the show. And you put on a great festival. And I know that storm was just an interruption for you and made for a stressful weekend, but you made it happen, and it was a great show. So, and maybe we'll catch them again. Starship.
I plan on it. You know, even if I have to travel to do it, that's I want to see them some more.
Yeah, me too.
A lot of fun.
All right, well let's talk about the beautiful people that help keep this show alive. And we're going to start with David Griffin, because as I say, bands, I know for a fact you're ready to bring your show to the next level, so pay attention. David Griffin Audio brings big sound, bright lights, flames, and sparks to every event.
Experience the largest QSC system in the area with David Griffin Audio. No job is too big or small. Follow on Facebook at David Griffin Audio for updates.
Call 901-299-1344 or email davidgriffinaudio@gmail.com. Bring the energy, bring the show. David Griffin Audio!
Man, yeah.
More Loud proudly pays tribute to the king of surf guitar, Dick Dale. Jason Moore captures Dale's signature sound with aggressive, fast, and highly rhythmic playing featuring rapper
you're the only. Then you need one I need to talk to.
Featuring rapid alternate picking, heavy reverb, and a powerful staccato attack that define Dick Dale's sound.
Jason Moore is taking this to the next level. Currently taking lessons from Jimmy Dale, the son of the legendary Mr. Dick Dale.
How cool is that?
That is cool.
As close to the source as you can
That's
get.
like me going and getting drum lessons from Neil Peart.
More Loud is booking for weekends and outdoor shows. Visit moreloud.com for booking, music updates, and more. That's MOORELOUD.com.
Area 51, bringing you songs from classic artists such as Kansas, Styx, Van Halen, and Autograph. Keep it goth with Davy Dave's Butt Bra. I gotta ask, did you come up with that, or is that Josh?
No, that's a what did it? It was a post.
Okay,
it was a post.
Brought to you by the always dewy Joshine Corporation.
And I wanted to come up with something new for today. I just couldn't use my brain. But Josh did a video for Davey Smith's birthday. And I'll have to dig it up and play it for you because it's quite...
I'm sure it's priceless.
Priceless and disturbing.
2 words that describe Josh Haynes to a T.
So, Friday, October 24th, as Lance calls it, side piece gigs. Friday, October 24th, Mr. Josh Haynes himself is playing with you.
Yeah.
Well, not with you. With Generation X at Shea Crag on Friday, October 24th. But then you have a fill on that night as well.
That's right. Mr. Johnny Lamb will be sitting in for me because I've got something going on the next day, and I'm just not that active.
So if you want to see Generation X play Boston and Kansas and Styx, this is the night to go. Because that shit's probably going to come out.
It could happen.
It's going to be a lot of fun things going on that night. That's the one night I'll actually want to go see you guys play.
I actually want to go see us play too.
Saturday, October 25th, Lance is going to be with Elevation Memphis, the Tina Turner Tribute Experience at Neil's. It's a Halloween party, 8 p.m. Go and have a good time there. Follow.
Word has it that Melanie will dress up as Tina Turner.
Yeah, I heard she's pretty good. It's
a great
impersonator.
Yeah.
Follow him on Facebook at Area 51 Memphis. DeSoto Local is a digital advertising network throughout DeSoto County. They have moved the outdoor billboard concept indoors to high-traffic areas, connecting local businesses to their customers.
Their indoor billboards are in popular places all over town. These screens display full-motion ads about the business hosting the screen, ads for local businesses in the area, and relevant local content.
And as we discussed, local businesses in the area.
Yeah.
It's a little redundant.
That's all right.
Please advertise your business with DeSoto Local. Contact Brandy Faulkner today at 901-831-3212 and visit DeSotoLocal.biz for more information. All right. Shout out to you, Sebastian Hines. That's right. Jeff's getting jiggy with it over here.
I'm trying to do my David Green.
You mean Michael Green?
Michael Green.
Did you say David Green?
I did say David Green.
I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one.
Oh, we suck with names.
All right, we're here to talk about the Musicians Booking Agency and how they connect top bands with the city's hottest venues. Whether you're booking talent or looking for gigs, Musicians Booking Agency has got you covered.
Follow on Facebook at the Musicians Booking Agency for updates on upcoming shows and new artists.
Contact Steve Owens at 901-870-6846. All right, Jeff, I'll let you kick it off.
Yeah, Friday, October the 24th, Gen X is at the Shea Crag.
Man, too much. We talk about you guys too much.
I know. It happens. Motel California is at Ghost River Brewing Company, and I got to say this. I've been told by multiple people that Ghost River is an absolutely kick-ass venue, but they have not seen a whole lot of people there.
So, show up.
I don't know if that's because it's downtown or what the deal is, but look, people,
It's a great venue.
If we have these venues, they're not going to stay forever if we don't go support them.
It's a great venue.
Please go see these bands.
The last time I went there, I went to see Pulse.
Yeah.
The Pink Floyd tribute band, and it was a good crowd there.
Yeah.
And there should be a good crowd from Motel California because they are amazing.
Smoking.
If you're a fan of the Eagles, Motel California is the band to go see. So please check them out. Again, that's Friday, October 24th.
Yeah.
On Saturday, October 25th, 901 Rocks will be at Tony's Trophy Room.
Right. And
Your Mom's New Boyfriend will be at 10th Inning.
Wednesday, October 29th, 6 Feet Thunder Bike Night at Knuckleheads Sidecar on Witten.
6 Feet Thunder. It's been a hot minute.
Is this with all of the members?
I would gather.
I would gather. Star is going to be there. Fanny pack in tow.
I would hope so.
All right.
He needs to bring that fanny pack.
I'm loving it.
And maybe while he's in town, we can get his ass in here.
That'd be nice.
I mean, we got to take advantage of that. When he comes in on his private jet, flying into no, I'm just kidding.
I mean, we're gonna have to drug him and drag him in here. I've got chloroform and a rope.
You got what?
Chloroform.
Chloroform. He's gonna be in chloroform. All right, well, enough of us. Friday. Okay, so we're looking ahead. So now on the 31st, Halloween night, Take 12 will make their debut at Lucky Dog from 8 to midnight, and that will be Lucky Dog's Halloween celebration on Friday, October 31st.
Jesus.
Man.
All right, this
We're
is
a mess.
segment 2, guest talk up.
We are a mess. Ken Houston rocks, everybody.
Oh, yeah.
And
it was a fun interview.
Very fun. Good guy. Got to know him now. Thanks to this show, like so many, for me. That's how I've got to know Ken Houston.
Yeah, it's for both of us.
And hanging out with Donna and Jimmy, of course, they come up a lot, along with Paul Moreau.
Yeah.
So hanging out with those guys more so I got to see Kenny more. He was nice enough to come to our 100th episode at Roosters. So it was great having him up here. And as we do, we talk history.
We talk about his love of KISS, his love of
Cheap Trick,
which is really where it took a turn.
That's where it gets serious for him. Oh, one more time. That's where Cheap Trick gets real serious for him.
Yeah.
Or that's when the music just gets into his veins. Is Cheap Trick. Of course, he's from here, so all kinds of cool stories.
He talks about knowing Jimmy Jamison and spending some time with him and
the whole stage stop,
almost robbing him at an ATM. No, just kidding.
Funny story with him and our good friend Kenny Francis.
Yeah.
Kenny, you made this request as we were at the Fall Fest last night. He's like, hey, bring this up with Ken. Okay, and we did.
And we think we know what you meant. Hopefully we didn't bring something up we weren't supposed to, so you might not want to let Tina watch this episode.
Sick tease, and we're just going to leave it at that. Long-time working band he had for years, No Hit Wonders. Special announcement.
That's right. We're not going to tell you
Pay
now.
attention.
Yeah, pay attention.
Pay attention. Because later in the interview, if you were a fan of No Hit Wonders, you want to hear this. And then if you have never heard them before, you still want to hear this. But yeah, and then a longtime duo partner with Darren Brady.
Right.
And then that ties in with sort of the end of No Hit Wonders, COVID, the start of the duo, and all these things.
The rebirth of the No Hit Wonder.
Oh,
maybe.
Who knows? But stay tuned for all that. And then, of course, and we forgot till the very end because he came with a gift,
and he fully expected us to bring this up, and we just completely
If you follow Ken Houston, he's a wonderful singer.
Right.
Loves music.
Yeah.
Big time Cheap Trick fan. Goes to concerts. All these things, but the most important thing in his life is Buc-ee's. Buc-ee's, everybody. And he brought us a little toy, and we did just at the very end, we talked Buc-ee's.
And, something that I've heard several times is I thought it would be bigger. But
he's not talking about Buc-ee's, by the way.
Anyway.
We'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
But What's up, man? This is Buc-ee's cool. I've never been to a Buc-ee's. Have you?
I have. I went in one.
Was it bigger than you thought?
Oh, I mean, you could spend a lot of time in there. Yeah.
That's what she said.
That's what she said. As you heard earlier, Big Note Music Lessons. They offer one-on-one and group lessons for guitar, bass, keys,
As you heard. Yeah.
drums, and voice. Try a free lesson. No obligation. Visit bignotemusiclessons.com. A complete submission form for your... complete the submission form for your free lesson. That's what I get for reading your part.
Start your Radio Memphis day with In the Morning with Rick and Monica from 9:30 to 2 p.m. for a wild ride of fun segments like News from the Stupid, That Guy, This Guy, Crime Time, and more. Radio-memphis.com. We gotta reach out to those guys.
We do.
I email Rick every Monday.
Yeah.
When I send him Tuesday's show for Tuesday night.
Nice.
But we haven't hung out
No,
for
we
a hot
didn't even
minute.
go hang
We're
out.
going to say hi, go on their show.
Have a drink.
Have a drink, and have a dream, and have a Twinkie. Thank you to all who have donated to the show. As always, you can find our tip bucket on Venmo and CashApp by searching The Rhythm Section Pod on either app, but we also have the links below in the description.
Follow us at therhythmsectionpod.com. You will see our entire catalog of episodes and links to our YouTube, Apple, Spotify, Facebook, and Instagram channels. It's like, 106 now? Something like that?
Yeah, this is 105, I
Okay.
believe, somewhere in there.
We're rocking and
Somewhere
rolling.
around there, yes. It's been a blast. So, and we always appreciate y'all hanging out. Please enjoy this interview with our good friend, Mr. Ken Houston. Ken Houston rocks. Everybody, have a good day. Bye.
Starting early.
You know, I got to mention Paul Moreau a few times. So I
Oh, we'll get, it's all over the place.
No, wrong one.
no, that's okay. I'm gonna mention him too. So.
Yeah.
Is that Jimmy? Is that for Jimmy?
No, that's
Sean.
Sean
That's
Fuse.
wrestler. I need the wrestler one, right?
This is
yeah.
that's Jimmy.
Did you have one for Jeff Adams?
No,
We
I
need to
don't.
get one for
That's-
Jeff Adams.
I just told him I was going to mention him. Can I tell people that I know you? He said, "Of course you can."
And here we go. This show has started, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, Ken Houston rocks in the house. Yes. And yes,
We'll talk about that later too.
and yes, you know Jeff Adams.
Yes, I know Jeff Adams.
I do too.
He is a sexy bitch.
His girlfriend at the time in the '80s said, "Hey, you need to go see my boyfriend's band." I'm like, "Okay, who are they?" The Turning Point or Turning Point? No. Yeah, Turning Point.
I don't know.
Shit, I
Play
can't
the
remember
sound. I mean, he's forgetting shit now.
Yeah, you don't remember my name. I'm on the spot. So I went and saw him, and I'm like, "Holy crap, these
Hey.
guys are great!" You know,
You got to be prepared to do this show, Ken.
I want to be as
Derrick and
unprepared
I
as you
are
guys
always
are.
prepared. Yeah.
I've watched your show. I'm as prepared as I need
Yes,
to be.
and thank you for that. You've been a great supporter of ours. You came to our 100th episode at Roosters.
That was a lot of fun.
You know, you're big friends with Jimmy and Donna, like us. I know you've been.
Jimmy, Donna, Jimmy. Oh yeah.
Hey, yo.
I don't have a sound for Donna, but I'm going to throw a picture of White Snake. Bam, right
There
now.
you go.
Doug Aldrich.
Doug Aldrich.
That's it.
So yeah, we
or
see,
Mike Tramp.
So we see you out a lot at the Phelps and everything. So and then one night I was like, dude, we're coming for you, man. Yeah. We're gonna have you on the show, and here we are. We made it happen. So thanks for
early
doing
on a
it.
Sunday morning.
Yes. So let's talk Kiss real quick. You wearing a Kiss shirt. This is we're here on October 19th, just a couple days since Ace's passing. And I know you're a big Kiss fan. You've been part of the Kiss shows, the two big Lafayette Kiss shows you have sang at.
And a couple that they did at Hadley's a couple times too before
Like
that.
what was it the Kissmas?
yeah.
The Kissmas stuff? Yeah, I'd never
That Paul Moreau helped organize.
Paul Moreau, where we got there we go. Yeah, we love some Paul Moreau there.
Thanks to Paul for that.
And Paul, I was supposed to wear the shirt.
Yeah.
I was supposed to wear the matching Dirty Bird shirt.
my wife
and
made
I totally
those.
forgot.
Oh, your wife made
My
these?
wife made those.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I feel even worse.
Yeah.
But it just so happened I did wear something for my boy Jimmy.
There you
Broke
go.
the snare,
Hey, yo.
T-shirt. But yes, me and Jeff sometimes try to coordinate our
Yeah. Okay.
wardrobe,
Right.
and didn't. failed it today.
That's all right.
But yeah, so tell us about your relationship with KISS and fandom and some of your favorite songs, albums.
Oh my gosh.
And Ace,
I was one of the few people in the 80s or in the 70s that liked disco and rock and roll. So of course when I was Made for Loving You came out, I'm like, I'm all over this,
Right.
you know, but I liked it before that.
That was definitely their answer
but
to
that album, I mean, you know, I like that album. Like that was the one that really got me into them because I mean everybody in my school had the album, so I'm like, that's cool.
What year was that album out?
It's blood. Where's that come from? You know, I was like, you know.
And what year was that album? So the height of disco was
78, I believe,
late 70s, yeah.
And you know what's cool about one of the coolest things about KISS is when people talk about the albums. You're actually talking about albums.
Yes.
You're not talking about CDs. You're talking about the big album.
Oh,
with
sure.
The, you know, because that's, I mean, and there's lots of KISS fans who have those records, not
I
CDs,
still have
but
all
records.
mine.
Yeah.
I still have all my vinyl from back then.
See,
That's
I
what
didn't
grew up
become
on.
a big KISS fan until the CD era. You know, after the makeup was gone.
Yeah, you like the makeupless era.
Yeah.
And see, I never saw them live until they took the makeup off.
Yeah, me too. I saw Hot in the Shade tour.
Yeah, but then the reunion tour came, and I saw that show like 8 times.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, we traveled. Me and my first.
How
wife.
was it?
So cool.
Yeah.
I felt like I was in 8th grade all over again. You know,
That's
I
why
was like,
they went from, I know their ticket sales and a lot of things kind of slowed down for them over the years of the, non-makeup era. But boy, when they kicked up that reunion, had all 4 original members, stadiums, baby.
And on the first farewell tour, the farewell of all the 4 originals, we were in Nashville. Just walked up on the front row. It's like, nobody's sitting here, and let's just take these seats. So nobody made us move, and I had my hand right here when Paul Stanley broke his guitar, and he was about to drop it into my hand. You know, like the neck went that way, and the body of the guitar's right here, and the big dude up front watching everybody turns around and sees it. And he goes, that's yours, man. And this dude who was looking the other way sees it at the last second, bumps into me and knocks my hand away, and the thing falls down. So the security guard picks it and goes, $500. $500. I'm like, oh, man.
He went from being nice to not nice.
Yeah.
For real.
What venue was this in?
That was in
Nashville.
Nashville. Was it maybe Starwood? still?
Starwood, wow. Yeah.
I think it was Starwood.
Years
Still
ago.
open then. Yeah, I love Starwood.
I saw Sammy Hagar there back in
wow.
like 2005, 6.
Yeah, I love that
I had just
venue.
moved to Nashville.
So what was Starwood?
It was an outdoor amphitheater.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's not
But it was like south of Nashville in the middle of nowhere. It was
Antioch.
like-
Antioch.
Antioch, that's right.
Yeah.
It's like one way in on one street and one way out the other. It's like
Nice.
so it's like
It's no longer, unfortunately.
Okay.
But yeah, it was awesome at amphitheater. It was
Yeah.
nice. Well,
And
Yeah.
while we're on the topic of KISS, I'm sure you guys heard that Gene was in a car wreck or something.
Yes.
A while.
Yes.
It was just
A couple weeks ago,
couple
a week
weeks
ago.
ago. Yeah. Somebody made a post on Facebook about it, and I posted, "Yeah, he's probably charging them to take care of him."
that was great.
I know. I'm going to pay $20,000 to be his roadie and tune his bass, so whatever the amount
Just kidding,
was.
Gene. In case you're watching.
Yeah, no.
Mr. Simmons, I need you to sign this release on the ambulance driver. Yeah, I'll need $200 for that, please.
Well, rest in peace, Ace.
Absolutely. He was always my favorite. So
Yeah, and
A lot of
he's
people felt
he's
that
the
way.
hero of the band, right? And over the years, as you learn, like he was the cool one too. He was,
That
he was
laugh.
funny and laughing,
and the Tom Snyder show. I mean, I remember seeing that live, going, "Oh my God, these other guys." are
classic.
pissed."
And we've played that on this show
Yeah,
before. No, I'm a plumber.
My wife made me a shirt with his laugh. Doing it. I'm a plumber.
And me not keeping up with KISS over the years, like to the degree that a lot of people did. Why did Ace leave the band? Did he get fired? Did he quit?
He actually quit.
He quit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's I saw the doc. I can't remember, but Peter Criss was let go first,
Okay.
and then Ace kind of hung in there. Wasn't as
Well, it's like two different sides. You had Ace and Peter, and you had
Yes.
Yeah.
those guys.
Yes.
And so I think once Peter got kicked out, it's like Ace is like, I got nobody.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but
All right.
well, very cool. No, that's not very cool, but
Kiss is cool.
Kiss is cool, but we sat down and put some notes together and some things, but there's one thing I hadn't mentioned that I want to touch on right now, and this is a request from our good friend Kenny Francis.
Oh.
Okay, he brought this up. Kenny, we got
already
you.
knows.
I'm so glad I remembered
Yeah,
this.
he mentioned this to me last night.
Oh, he does. So you know where we're going. All right.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
apparently
maybe
you
so.
guys went on a road trip to a Winger concert back in the day.
Mr. Big. It was Mr.
Oh, I
Big.
got it wrong.
Don't you know my name?
Wow.
It's all right. You don't remember my name.
You know, and then this is for me.
Some people are really fucking stupid.
And there we go, Mr. Big.
Big difference.
Mr.
Big
Big.
difference. Hey, all right, big difference.
I
Where is it?
don't really know if I want to tell the story that I'm sure he's probably referring to on air.
No, well, I mean, this is a R-rated program.
Tina.
We'll
Tina,
throw
I know
it
they-
on Patreon.
Tina and him weren't together at that time, but I don't know if she'd want to hear this story. So, I mean,
Well, Kenny said talk about it. So
Yeah,
you know
so-
what?
okay. Well, you can edit it out if you feel
That's
it's
fine.
appropriate.
No,
Okay.
I'm not.
So,
But
podcast edit. Mr. Big played at Night Moves. If you weren't here, but you probably remember Night Moves, right?
I do remember.
And,
I saw a lot of great bands. At
I
Night
had
Moves.
talked to Eric Martin a couple times. He's one of my favorite singers, and I got to talk to him on the phone because I worked at a record store. And
I
they
saw
were doing
Mr. Big at the
in-stores.
Daisy.
I did too.
Okay.
Actually saw him every time they came to Memphis.
Yep.
So. But I was a big Eric Martin fan, even before he was in Mr. Big. So we go see him at Night Moves, and I'm standing outside by the bus, like hoping they come off so I can talk to him. And
Right.
next thing I know, Eric Martin's jumping on my back. You know, he goes, "Hey, we're playing in Springfield, Missouri tomorrow night or the next night, and then St. Louis the next night." I'm like, "Okay, well, I'm not working right now. Next couple of days, Kenny Francis, let's go on a road trip." Okay, so we go to Springfield, Missouri, and I can't remember if the opening band was on stage or Mr. Big, but we're like right up, you know, like here's the stage. There's a couple people in front of us, and then a girl in front of him, and I'm kind of standing over his shoulder, you know. The next thing I know, he's like, "What?" He goes. So I look over, and this girl's got her hands in his pants. Now, what she was doing, we can all imagine. I'm not going to say because I don't know for sure. But Kenny had a Kenny had a smile on his face, and he didn't stop her. So
Okay. I don't know if Tina wants to hear this.
I know. So you
we'll
might want
edit
to edit that out. But you know the story. He told me to tell you.
that's the
And
story, Kenny. Man,
And I know that he had a good time at the show.
were they calling him Mr. Big?
Yeah,
careful.
exactly. And, I do know for a fact that after it was over, if the show was over, she went that way and we went this way to head to St. Louis for the next show.
See ya. Yeah.
I don't even think he got her name or talked to her or anything, but it's like he got something out of the deal, that's for sure.
All right, Kenny. Way to go, man.
He had more
Good
than I
for you.
did. But I was single at the time. I think he was too. I know he wasn't with Tina. Tina wasn't aware of
Right.
at that point.
Right.
So
Yeah, we got to make that clear.
yeah, very clear.
Yeah, Kenny was very single.
This is
at this point.
gosh, early 90s. So
Well, that's not exactly the story I was expecting, but hey.
I thought it was like a road story. You guys break down.
Hung out with the band.
well, that we did do that a little bit
With Mr. Big?
Yeah, but it was
cool.
It wasn't as exciting as for him as that
Right.
probably was.
I mean,
so.
did you hang out with Billy Sheehan? Of course, I'm going to ask that.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, of course, I'm gravitating more towards Eric as a singer, but
Yeah,
and Pat Torpey too, because I mean, as a drummer, God,
Yeah,
he's
God
amazing.
rest his soul too. I cried that day he passed away because
Me
he was
too.
just phenomenal.
He was awesome.
And then you get Paul Gilbert.
Paul, yeah,
And the
I
fucking
mean, there
man,
ain't
too.
no slackers in that band.
No.
They were a super group.
Yeah. And I was one of those guys that I got to know him on MTV because of the hit they
Yeah.
had, not knowing. Oh,
Yeah.
like that song is just a radical.
Oh,
just,
yeah.
it's a hit
Departure.
that
Yeah.
helped them build.
It's like
and
it was
grow.
like the last song for the album. Like we got
Yeah.
space for one more. Well, I got
Yeah.
this one. Okay.
Yeah, and it becomes.
But thank goodness, because it got him to a height of other people that didn't
yeah,
know him. So
yeah.
Yeah.
And just real quick on that note with Pat Torpey, if you ever get a chance, go to YouTube and look up the Knack, a concert from the Knack from
Okay.
like the 2007 era.
Okay.
Pat Torpey's their drummer. And if
Really?
you don't know much about the Knack other than My Sharona, you're
Yeah.
missing out because they're one of the best power pop bands ever. Watch that because
I'll
he's
check it out.
phenomenal.
So was
at
he
that.
just filling in for that tour?
Yeah, he was. Yeah,
because he wasn't a member.
he wasn't
of that
their
band.
drummer just for that tour.
Yeah, I only know that song.
Oh, the first time I ever saw Pat Torpey was before Mr. Big. So when I watched him with Mr. Big at the Daisy, I'm like, man, I've seen this guy play before because just his style and the way he sings backgrounds. I'm like, I've seen him before. And so I started doing research. I saw him on tour with Belinda Carlisle on her first tour
I'll be damned.
at Mid-South Fair.
I would have never known that.
Wow.
Her first solo tour after she left the Go-Go's.
Wow.
So was he like a journeyman drummer?
Pretty
just
much.
on tours?
Yep. He played with
Studio-
John Parr.
studio guy.
Did a lot of shows with John Parr, and then got in Mr. Big after that. So
And then bam, there you go. Years of that band. So
there's your little trivia for the day.
I love it. I'm always learning something new in here, Jeff. Mm-hmm. All right, well, let's learn something else new. All right. Where are you from, sir?
Memphis, Tennessee.
Oh, born and raised.
Born and
huh?
raised. Born and raised.
So you've seen a lot of change around here.
I have. I still love Memphis. Memphis is, I mean, there's a lot of things I don't like about it, obviously. I actually live in Oakland, right outside of Memphis now. But
Have you seen the National Guard at all?
I have not seen them.
I haven't seen any.
I work in
either.
Bartlett, so it's like I'm straight shot down 64 from Oakland to Bartlett.
I got you.
You know, my dad was a full-time member of the National Guard, so none of that bothers me.
I
It's
figure
like,
if they're here, their presence is probably downtown, Beale Street area, that sort of thing. But I don't know. I've heard that they're going to be here, but I don't know that that they've.
Well,
actually
they've arrived,
Have
you
they?
know, but yeah, we don't need to get into
they've
all that.
arrived.
Yeah.
So, but growing up as a kid here in Memphis, what was that experience like for you? What part of Memphis did you grow up in?
I grew up actually in Midtown originally, right there, Poplar and Angeles area, which is where the old Ticket Hub. Remember where Ticket Hub was?
Angeles?
Angeles.
I'm not familiar.
South Angeles. It's
That crossroad.
you know where the liquor store is with the big spire?
Yeah.
It's like 2 blocks the other way. towards
Everybody
downtown.
knows where the booze is.
I know, right?
It's Joe's Liquor, right? Is that what it is?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, yep.
But I grew
that
up, right there.
The booze hub. That's what I call it.
Sure, yeah.
And then, of course, you get older, and Ticket Hub, where you buy tickets, were right around the corner. You camped out all night, in the
So that's
winter
for
all
any
that stuff.
concerts coming through. There was a place
That was the place to get
you
the
had
best.
to walk up to, and
Oh yeah.
That was when they actually had physical tickets.
they didn't have an app.
No
they didn't have any
computers.
apps for you to use. Yeah.
There's always that one
Long
biker.
before you paid $500 for a concert ticket.
But I'm sure back then you were like, "Oh my God, this ticket's $40. This is
yeah.
bullshit."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's always going to be more than you
I
want.
remember seeing REO Speedwagon for $9,
Wow.
and a T-shirt was $10. So I asked my dad, "You want a T-shirt? I'll get you a T-shirt." But yeah, you always had that one biker dude.
If you
who's
still
always
got that
front.
T-shirt, it's worth $11.
Man, I know, right?
Huh?
I said if you still have it, it's worth $11.
And there's that one biker dude who's first in line at every concert.
Yeah.
And he gets in and gets his, you had a minimum of 6. He go, "I got front row for $80. God, dude, you got our front row seats.
Oh man, so they had scalpers then.
Yeah.
Again,
The real scalpers.
the non-digital scalpers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, now it's legal.
And it's a
Yeah.
different game because you can buy like 1,000 tickets and
it
just
sucks.
one push of the button, bam.
insane.
And I don't know if I'd want to camp out now, but that was a fun time of camping
Of course.
out.
I'm sure it was awesome.
Of course, when it's 40 degrees and 30 degrees outside, and everybody's playing, or one guy's playing every album from that band. By the time tickets go, I say, "I don't know if I want to go to this concert now."
Yeah.
I'm freezing my ass off, and it's,
Yeah.
dude, I love Triumph, but come on, play something else besides that album again.
So you've been here your entire existence. What's your favorite concert that you've been to in Memphis?
Oh, in Memphis.
Yep, in Memphis.
Man.
You got to have a favorite. Have you seen Cheap Trick here?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I've lost track of how many times I've seen Cheap Trick.
Right.
So, okay, we'll just say, I'll just throw this one out there. So I think my favorite Cheap Trick concert was in Memphis, and it was at the Memphis State University.
Nice.
Because I went to Memphis
Candlebox
State.
there.
I did not go to University of Memphis. I went to
Right.
Memphis State. And it was the spring fling thing, whatever they did, and it was outside. And Robin Zander had on this big, oversized white shirt. It was in the 80s.
Right.
So when, the Frankie Says Relax, those shirts with all the big letters.
Yes.
And his shirt had all their song titles on it, like Surrender, and I'm like, I want that shirt, and I've only seen him in it once. And just that whole night, that vibe on campus was just probably my favorite time seeing Cheap Trick. So
Well,
I'll say that one.
Because you told us, and you reminded us that you are a huge Cheap Trick fan, biggest influence. So let's stick with that. And you mentioned that 77, 78 is the pinnacle point in your life where that was like, Cheap Trick, this is what I want to do, but actually started with KISS. You saw a KISS album.
Yeah, I liked KISS. I love them now.
Yeah. Sure.
And after seeing them, of course, on the reunion tour. But back up a little bit before that, just my dad raised me on rock and roll, and more country than rock and roll.
Okay.
And we had the old big console stereo.
So what kind of country?
Buck Owens, which I love still to this day. I just got me a Buck Owens acoustic a few weeks ago.
Anybody that likes guitar,
especially Don Ritchie.
They like some Buck Owens and some Roy Clark.
I mean, all the
Roy
classics.
Clark, Glenn Campbell.
Yeah.
Nice.
And my dad had 8-track in his car. And
Charlie Pride?
Oh, gosh, yes. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Old 8-track in the car.
Yeah.
I've never seen that.
My
dad had it.
And we had Johnny Cash live at Folsom Prison.
There you go.
And I loved, and still I have that on vinyl. And my first concert my parents took me to, I was 6 or 5. I was 5, and it was Johnny Cash at the Mid-South Fair.
We had a very similar existence as far as parents and the music they listened to, because it was the same in my house. It was, Ronnie Millsap.
Mine was Bee Gees and Michael Jackson.
I love that.
My mom loved the Bee Gees too, but my dad, it was all the country stuff.
Well, the first 2 albums I remember holding in my hand is, I was like 4 years old or whatever, was Elvis Golden Hits and Elvis Christmas album.
Yeah.
And it wasn't Christmas until I heard, if I didn't hear that, I don't care if the tree's up.
You're hired.
Yeah. I don't care if the tree's up. I got to hear Elvis.
That's when the spirit came in.
That's exactly. I don't care if there's a present on the tree. If I hear, here goes Santa Claus, But that's what got me there. And then the Monkees TV show came on.
Okay.
And then, I'm like 3 or 4, I think, when that first started. And of course, every Saturday morning I'm watching that. And I'm
hey, with the Monkees.
I'm like, this looks fun. They got cool songs.
Yeah.
They're funny. They're having fun.
They got great haircuts.
Look at that car. And I wanted that car. I'm like, I think I want to be a musician.
Yeah.
And so my dad bought on 8-track the very first Monkees album. Okay. So that's what pushed me. Sorry. That's what pushed me to music.
Yeah.
So then, we get up to 77, 78, and I'm still in my country phase with my parents, with my dad and everything, raised on good stuff.
Johnny Horton?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. North to Alaska.
We go north to Russia.
So you're like, what the hell y'all talking about?
Derek's never heard any of this.
Yeah, but I know I would like it. I like old country.
Yeah.
That's what I was raised on. Like you said, Charlie Pride a minute ago. I mean, it's like, gosh. In the duo, me and Darrin, we play Kiss an Angel Good Morning because, it's a great song. So anyway, country, and I wanted to be a football player at that time because my grandfather was from near Ole Miss. And so first football team I ever heard of, Ole Miss Rebels, first football player, Archie Manning.
Oh, there you go.
Then he goes to the Saints. Like, hey, we're Saints fans now. I'm like, whatever that means. Okay, we're Saints fans. I'm 7 or 8 years old. Don't know what football really is.
Pretty well-known family.
Yeah, exactly. And my son's first name is Eli because my wife at the time would not let me name him Manning. I liked that name. So my son's not Manning Houston. But
that's pretty cool.
I want to be a football player. And then 5th grade comes, and my mom wouldn't sign the insurance thing to let me play football for my school. I'm like, will you break your arm? Okay, well, that's what the insurance form is for.
You'll shoot your eye out, kid.
Yeah. So that's like, 75-ish. So then back to 77, 78. I went to a new school. I'm in junior high. And the cool thing was KISS was just coming up. Everybody was just getting into KISS, and everybody was bringing the albums. I'm like, man, that cover looks cool. What is he spits blood? Yeah. How does he do that? Oh, it comes from his stomach. And, he breathes fire? How does he do that? Because he's a demon. Okay, I get it. So I liked KISS, because we'd go to Bobby's house and we'd listen to that album. Whoever got the newest album, the UFO album came out, we got that one. So
I'm sure back then it was impossible to not say, "Wow, that's cool."
Yeah. Oh yeah. And like you said, albums, physical. They're this big, and you open it up, and it's like, whoa.
And anything your parents didn't want you to listen to, you were going to listen to.
Well, luckily, my parents were never like that. They just, just keep it in your room. But 77, 78, I was.
If you play it backwards, you actually hear a demon.
What does KISS stand for? Knights in... Oh, no. Yeah.
Keep it simple, stupid.
Yeah, exactly. That's the songwriting KISS, yeah. But I was in 8th grade, and I discovered like a whole lot of stuff that year. There was a movie called Dead Man's Curve that came on about Jan and Dean, the surf duo, and I'd heard of the Beach Boys, but never heard anything by them because I'm still in country and like now starting to get into rock and roll. And I saw that movie, I'm like, I need to check out the surf music stuff. So I started buying a lot of Beach Boys stuff. And I'm like, man, those harmonies.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
And then I hear God Only Knows. I'm like, whoa. And that's still to this day, that's to me the most beautiful song I've ever heard.
Brian Wilson was a genius, just a freak.
Absolutely. And so I'm in my bedroom with headphones on, listening to everything, And and KISS. And then somebody, you go to somebody's house, go, hey, you ever heard of this band called Cheap Trick? They got a new live album called At Budokan. I'm like, I've heard the name, but, play it. So, I get on my bike, leave that guy's house, and ride up to the record store, and I've got my own copy of
Do you
Budokan.
remember the song that you heard? The first Cheap Trick song?
I Want You to Want Me.
Okay.
Yep.
So before listening to that album, you just went and bought it. Like he didn't have it and played it for you?
No, he had it and played it.
Oh, so
And then I left, because at that time we were still all riding bicycles.
So what was your first, what was the first song you dropped the needle on?
Oh, the first song, Hello,
Which is
Hello There.
Hello There.
Okay. That's what I meant.
Oh, so yeah, I'm sorry. I guess that would be the first song.
Okay, so he drops the needle, very beginning, Hello There.
And yeah, just
And
the screams and
was it instant love?
yeah, just that the opening riff of Hello There, and I'm like, whoa, man, this is, and just that voice, that voice of Robin Zander just hit me different, And I'm like, man, I like these guys. So of course I go get my own copy, and you pull it out, it's got an insert, it opens up, it's double live, it's a single album, but it was opened up like a gatefold.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, so this is not their first album. Let me go get some more stuff. And so I'm getting all their back catalog, and I'm like, okay, this is my band.
Right.
And still here we are, 2025, and that's still my band.
Yeah.
So.
Cool.
And it was that live album that really launched them, correct?
Yeah, actually, the way that worked out, they had Dream Police ready to go. If you look at the catalog number of Dream Police and the catalog number of Budokan, Dream Police is lower because that's their next album. But it was such a hit in Japan because it was a Japan only, and it being imported. People were buying the import, so CBS goes, "Oh, we better release this over here then."
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So and that catapulted them. So
See, I'm such a dork when it comes to so many of these bands. Everybody knows my story about KISS. They didn't exist until the 80s. Well, the same thing about Cheap Trick. I think the first song I remember Cheap Trick doing was The Flame.
Mm-hmm.
That was just what turned me on to them. I didn't know about the early stuff. And then the band Disturbance that I hung out with so much, they did a cover of Surrender.
I remember that.
And so I knew that song. But beyond that, I didn't know Cheap Trick until the big 80s radio era.
Right.
And then I went back and listened to the stuff.
Well, I'm 61, so I'm a little older. So I had, and plus, and the cool thing about that 77, 78 period, my cousin, he was about 3 years older than me, so he had a driver's license.
Yeah.
So, and plus he's my cousin. My mom's going to let me go anywhere he wants to go because it's my cousin.
Yeah.
So he'd come pick me up, we'd go riding, and he'd pop in a cassette, because now my dad had the 8-track, but he's got a cassette. Boston's first album, Meatloaf, Bat Out of Hell, Styx, Grand Illusion. That when I heard that, I'm like, oh, I need that one. So of course I go get that, put the headphones on, and Tommy Shaw's doing this solo, James Young's doing that solo. And the biggest thing besides that, as far as when we get into the local stuff between 77 and 78, my school had rock shows. So, you get out of class for a couple hours, spend $1.50 to go to a rock show. And the first one we had was Southern Creed, Steve Ingle, which is a local band. They, not the Creed that everybody knows. Yeah. They eventually changed their name to Creed. And so I go, and Steve Ingle is one of my favorite guitar players. And I'm watching them on stage going, okay, this is local. This is not, what I'm buying and listening to, but these guys are just
In what venue is this happening?
At school.
At your school?
On the auditorium stage at, 10 o'clock in the morning.
Really?
Yeah. So that was in the fall of 77. And then in the spring of 78, we had another rock concert. And I'm like, who's this band? Target. I've heard of them.
Oh, there you go. Cool.
I've heard of them. So, of course, they show up, and Jimmy Jameson walks up there, and I hear his voice. I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah, that's life-changing.
And seeing Steve Ingle on guitar, and then, of course, me wanting to be a singer and seeing Jimmy Jameson, I'm going, I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
I'm going to do that.
So that's the moment.
That's the moment that,
Yeah.
And so I love Robin Zander, but Jimmy's my main influence.
And do you think because it was so local for you, did it not so much like, if he can do it, I can do it? It was sort of like that, where it's like, this is in my backyard, then I can do this shit too.
Yeah, a little bit, but it was more like, to me, seeing them, because other than being 5 years old and seeing Johnny Cash and falling asleep probably after the first song, that was my first introduction to live music. I'm in 8th grade. I can't go to a club.
Yeah.
And it does make it seem more accessible or possible.
Right.
Yeah,
that's what I'm getting at.
Yeah, this guy's from here, and he's doing it, and he's doing it at a high level.
Right.
Right.
And with KISS coming along at that time, all my friends were buying guitars or drums or whatever, and I want to be a singer. And so hearing Robin Zander and then Jimmy Jamison, I'm like, man, he's just that style, that swagger. I mean, just,
and that voice.
And I still remember the first time I actually got to meet him. It was at an ATM because he lived like about 6 blocks away from me when I was in high school. And I went to the ATM one Friday night, girl, and getting her money, and there's a guy in front of me with long hair, and I can't see his face, and he's got his hands like this, and you can see his debit card or his card, and I'm like, I said, Jimmy Jamison. That's fucking Jimmy Jamison in front of me, and I'm like, holy crap, And then by this time he was in Cobra, Target had gone on, he was in Cobra right before the Survivor, and so he got his money out, he walked out, or turned around, he goes, how you doing? I go, I'm a big fan, Mr. Jamison. And he goes, what's your name? I said, Ken. And he goes, my friends call me Jimmy. Okay. Nice to meet you, Mr. Jamison. Mr. Jamison.
You got $20 I can borrow?
And he goes, my friends call me Ken, or call me Jimmy. And I'm like, oh, thanks, okay, Jimmy.
Yeah, that's cool.
And he goes, what are you up to tonight? And I said, I'm going out to see another local band called The Breaks, if you remember them. He goes, oh, Pat and Suzanne, I'm good friends with them. Tell them I said, hey. And I'm like, okay. I'm just starstruck. He's just a local guy. And see, he was so down to earth, and was his whole life. And I think that's what I loved about him the most, other than his voice.
Did you get to know him at all? Did you?
Oh, yeah. Over the years, saw him a lot.
Over the years?
Yeah. And, I miss him every day, And a lot of the internet rock stations I listen to from overseas still play Survivor and Cobra and Target all the time. I'm like, so I hear something by him at least every other day.
Yeah.
Man, I was such a huge fan, and I never got to meet him. I just never did.
I'm a self, what's the word? Whatever the word is. I'm an autograph whore.
Okay, I think I have seen that.
I will stand in line to try to meet someone to get an autograph. I mailed pictures to people to get
I've seen you post those online.
But the funny thing is, I don't have Jimmy Jamison's autograph.
Is that right?
Because I knew him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, he was a friend. I still was in awe every time I saw him because of his voice, but it's like he just became a friend and was just so cool and so nice. I'm just like, and of course, then he passes. I'm like, shit.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure you have a lot of pictures with him. No,
I have a few. Well, I have one that I still have. Back then it was all pictures.
Right.
After a couple of divorces and 6 or 8
things
moves, like where did those things go? Yeah. So, but I still have one from his after Survivor, from his solo album release party of me and him doing this.
Nice.
That's cool.
I'll send y'all that if y'all want to.
Yeah, we'll put it up.
Yeah, for sure.
I have hair. I have hair then, so it's long. So and he had longer hair too. So that was a good night.
Yeah.
So
I would gather you were right there through the stage stop years.
Okay, let's get into that.
Let's go.
So I get in my first band, my first real band that actually did anything, which was nothing. And I was with, you ready? Paul Moreau. Paul Moreau, Patrick O'Daniel, and the author, Mark Rainey, who does all the Gray Man book series things. We were in a band together. And I'd always heard about Stage Stop. Man, that's the place to play. That's a cool rock club. I'm like, okay, well, I made my little press kit, And of course, none of us had ever been in really other bands. We're, in our early 20s. So I go in there, my little picture, my little thing, and a little nice little folder, the pocket folders.
Yeah.
And I walk in, and did you know Miss Betty? Her picture was on the wall. It was Nita's right-hand person.
I'm sure
She could be the biggest. You know what?
Okay.
If you didn't know her, but once you got to know her, you loved her. Anyway.
She's not somebody I knew personally.
Okay.
No.
Well,
was she like the gatekeeper?
Yeah. Nita owned it, and Betty was the manager.
Right.
So I walk in. Now, of course, I'm a musician to this day that still has never done drugs. I don't drink a whole lot. I drank a little, but at that point, I didn't drink at all.
Yeah.
So I walk in, I sit down, and she probably knew everybody's face. You're here all the time. You're here all the time. Who are you? She walks up, 2 drink minimum. I'm like, oh, well, shit. I had a Tom Collins. Bring me a Tom Collins. I think they got Sprite in it. I don't know. So of course I'm sitting there with my little thing, looking around, going, okay, I wonder who runs this place. Because at that point I didn't know. And I finally figured, I see Nita, and I'm like, okay, she looks like she's somebody. But the more less attention I paid to her, the more attention I started watching the band. I'm like, we ain't ready for this place.
Right. What band was it?
I don't remember. It could have been a road band. Because a lot of road bands. I can't remember if it's local. I just remember leaving there with my tail between my legs going, we ain't ready for this.
Yeah, so you never gave the kit to anyone?
No.
The little press kit?
No. Yeah. And that band, we only played a couple of little things, and then everybody kind of went off and did other things. But then in the later 80s, I started another band with Paul Moreau.
He's getting too much. He's getting too much on this show. Enough is enough.
That might be the last thing. But we had the Lord Tracy's drummer, Chris Craig. His brother Kelly was a bass player.
Okay.
And I knew Kelly. I'm like, hey, I need a bass player for me. Yeah, man, I'll play with you guys. So we had Chris Craig's brother on bass. And Lord Tracy was still called 3D at the time, if you remember that. And they were playing a Halloween show at Stage Top. So I went to Nita and said, hey, I know you've never heard us, but, we got his brother in the band, and can we open? She's like, yeah, you guys can open. I don't pay anybody. I said, we don't want to get paid. We just want to open for 3D,
Derrick and I do much the same thing. We're like, we got this band now with Jimmy Falk in it. And that's how we get gigs.
Jimmy Falk?
Oh, yeah, there we go.
There you go. Yeah, and it's like, you throw names if you have to, but it got us an opening gig on Halloween.
Right.
And I'll send you guys a picture of our picture. I dressed up as, where's he at? Gene Simmons.
Okay.
Oh, there you go. Who was your guitar player? Like, who are the other guys in the band?
A guy named Danny Cummings who plays with
headband.
Headband. He was a guitar player, Paul, and a guy named Kevin Dewar was our drummer.
Gotcha.
So he plays around town still.
Cool. So how'd the show go?
It was phenomenal. It's probably if I had to pick two opening slots, it was opening for them and opening for Stranger out of Florida a few years later at Stage Top. Those are my two favorite shows I think I've ever played.
Cool.
So this is opening for 3D is your first time playing Stage Top?
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, it was.
Did that open the door for you?
Oh, yeah.
So now did you start getting
more times?
More like headlining type shows?
Band, next band I did, we did a few headlining things. So, But the funny thing, I got to tell you the 3D story.
Okay.
Of course, I come out there, and I got a grocery sack over my head, so I don't want people to see my makeup, because I'm dressed like Gene Simmons. So we start playing I Want to Rock and Roll All Night first, and I walk up, there's this girl sitting at, right at the edge of the stage, and right when, you show, I pulled the thing off, and she's like, I scared the shit out of her with the makeup on. So we get done, and great show. We packed the dance floor. I mean, opening bands didn't do that back then at Stage Top, and I had Nita come up to me and shake my hand, and I felt something in there. She's like, enjoy yourself. I'm like, what'd she do? She gave us $100.
Nice.
She goes, pay your bar tabs with that. And I go, well, I'm going home with $20. I don't have a bar tab, but everybody else can pay their bar tab. So that felt good that Nita loved us enough.
Sure.
She goes, I've never seen an opening band pack the dance floor like that. And I said, well, plus it was Halloween, so it was a big special thing. Yeah. But then, I sit down, and here comes 3D out. The three guys are on stage, and where's Terry? Where's Terry at? Terry comes out in an Elvis jumpsuit. Because, he's a big Elvis fan. So he comes out, walks up to the same girl, right there at the front of the dance floor. And he's looking at her. He starts unzipping it, sticks his hand down there and starts moving around.
Damn.
And pulls out a banana, peels it, eats it right in front of her. I'm like, oh,
classic.
Oh, I love me some Terry.
That is awesome.
And, and of course, Lord Tracy 3D, they're one of the best bands that was ever, that should have been. A lot more than they were.
So was 3D the exact same members?
Yes.
They just ended up changing names?
Yeah, they changed their name to the Tracy Lords.
Yeah.
Well, I knew that story.
We got that whole story.
And they got a cease and desist.
Yeah.
So, okay, we got your cease and desist. Lord Tracy.
Yeah.
And side note, because we had Chris Craig, the first time, we had him and Kinley on twice.
Right.
The first time, Kinley was over the phone, and that was all about Lord Tracy.
Right.
And I threw a clip out there talking about the origin of the name and the story, and then the Tracy Lords story, right? And man, there was some hateful comments thinking that it was so egregious that I would throw a clip out there talking about this, this porn star and all
who
this
was underage when she was
underage and the whole thing, and I was like,
we didn't know she was underage till it came out later. You know what I mean, so
and of course I didn't pay any mind to the comments, but there were some haters out there over that. Yeah, he doesn't pay attention to our social media. He doesn't even watch the show.
Well, what is it?
You know that?
I'm here.
Was somebody? My wife told me somebody about their social media call it post it and ghost it. You post about it and you don't read nothing after that. You don't read the comments. So.
It's tough,
Oh yeah.
Well, people are real sweethearts these days.
Sure.
Especially on social media. Everybody's nice.
I know.
Gets along.
There's no dumpster fires or anything.
Damn shitbirds.
Shitbirds. I mean, do you have any more Nita stories? While we're on the topic.
you know, you'd see her squirt people, you know, for cursing on stage, and that's one thing I tried never to do is curse on stage. But I'm like, you know what? I've never gotten squirted, so
Does she just have one of those like super soakers?
Oh yeah. And I said it's about time. You know, one night we were headlining, you know, later on in another band. I'm like, you know, hey motherfucker, you know, like, and she, of course, she does that because I don't ever cuss. Right. You know, she's like
caught her off guard.
Yeah, and so I think I did it one more time. So she'd go get the gun, kind of squirt.
He's just like, I just want you to hose me down here.
At the cool thing at the 3D show, we did squirt our drummer with the silly string stuff. But it was Chris Craig's drum kit. So I went to him before I said, hey, we want to do this to our drummer on the last song. He goes, yeah, go for it. That stuff cleans up easy.
It was cool of you to ask first.
Oh yeah, I wasn't going to desecrate anybody's any of their equipment.
I think of Spencer's gifts when I the silly string.
I missed that place.
And I worked in
it's still there. It's still around.
Is it?
I worked in the mall at the time, so that's where I got it. Was Spencer, right across the hall from where I worked.
So it's been around for a minute. Yeah, Spencer's still around.
But yeah, Chris.
There's a local one?
Well, at the mall in Memphis, the gallery, the
mall in Memphis ain't there.
Yeah, it ain't there. That's where I worked. It ain't there anymore.
At the Wolf Chase?
Yeah, Wolf Chase.
Is there one? I didn't know there was one in Wolf Chase.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Is there still a mall there?
It's the only one left.
I pass by it every day, but I haven't been in there in probably 20 years. So.
Yeah, there's still, and you know, Hot Topic still there too.
Okay.
But yeah, Spencer's still doing it. You walk in, you go to the back. There's just
go straight to the birthday card.
You go straight to the back.
Like straight to the back, and you know, you got those things all over the place, and it's still the same clusterfuck of just craziness. Same stuff.
Love it.
That's great.
So, no hit wonders.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When did that start happening? When did that band put together?
Around 2003. Actually, late 2002, because probably December is when it was formed. I was asked to join another band.
Okay. Who was in the No Hit Wonders? Tell us.
At the beginning, a guy named Kent Fortson on guitar.
Okay.
John Alston on bass. I don't know the drummer's name because we practiced with him twice. And I'm like, this ain't going to happen. If y'all want me to join this band, and so I'm glad I don't remember his name because I don't want to diss anybody.
Sure,
you know?
I understand.
But me and Kent, knew Jimmy real well because Kent had played with Jimmy in the Remains and all that stuff. So
Jimmy Fault.
Yeah.
Hey, yo.
So me and Kent started talking. Well, maybe we can get Jimmy to play with us. So he was our first drummer.
Oh, okay.
And he played with us right at about a year, I think.
Okay.
And we started getting gigs immediately. We played downtown at Flying Saucer a lot. And he started getting a rotator cuff problem. And so his doctor goes, well, you ain't going to get rid of it if you keep doing this on your hi-hat. So you got to stop playing for a while if you don't want to have surgery, So he left, and then we got Lonnie Hammer come in for a while. And that band had probably 10 drummers by the time it was all said and done.
It's like a Spinal Tap story.
It was, yeah, pretty much.
Spontaneously combusting. Bam. We need a new drummer.
But yeah, Lonnie came in, and he said, look, I know you guys need a drummer. I'm also working on this original project, but I'll be your drummer for as long as I can do it, and if you find somebody you want permanent, I'll step aside. I'm like, well, that's cool. So started having some issues with the guitar player, and I was going to break the band up because we had a gig at Flying Saucer one night. I left there going, God, we sucked tonight. This is horrible, and I'm like, I can't do this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Monday morning, I get an email from the guy named Shawn Michael, guitar player, who says, hey, me and my drummer just left our band. You guys go, you know anybody that needs a drummer and a guitar player? I'm like, matter of fact, I do.
Ding.
And y'all might have heard of this drummer. His name is Junior Grant.
Yeah.
So.
I never got to meet him. So I don't know him personally, no. So heard a lot about him. Yeah, for sure.
Actually, he wound up being in our band a couple times. He left once, and we got him back in when I reformed it. But we got a package deal of a guitar player and him. And so.
Who was the guitar player again?
A guy named Shawn Michael. He lives in East Tennessee now. But they were in I can't remember the name of the band they were in at the time. But anyway, it worked out perfect where I'm like, okay, I'm done with this. And then the very next morning, hey, you need, guys, a band that needs a couple guys. I'm like, yeah, me.
Worked out, yeah.
Worked out perfect. Started practicing and Shawn was with us till the pandemic hit, which was 17 years. Or 16 by the time he joined.
Wow.
Because he joined a year into it.
So the pandemic's what kind of shut this band down?
I had 8 months worth of gigs like everybody else. Just, hey, you're not playing for the next 8 months. So boom, smack, done, so.
Any thoughts of resurrecting it?
Next year. We're coming back.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Nice.
Pay attention. Breaking news.
Yeah. Well, we were going to try to have a gig this year, but it just didn't work out, and so we're looking.
Cool.
Are you willing to give
January-ish.
some more details? Who's in it?
Absolutely. I
Don't tell me it's Paul Moreau.
Oh, you don't have to hit that sound bite.
Okay.
Well, maybe I could get him as a third guitar player. I don't know. He ain't doing a
This
whole
ain't
lot right
Skinnerd. Come on.
But we are going to do a Skinnerd song, so I might need to pull him up on stage for that.
There you go.
I don't really want to say it's a reunion
Yeah.
kind of thing because, like I said, the guitar player, he lives in East Tennessee now, and but it's more of a relaunch is what I'm calling it because I was like the only original member from the beginning to the end. So I was like the next one to get kicked out, and I had to kick my own self out. So
I mean, a reunion can sometimes imply, hey, this is a one-time shot.
right.
But a relaunch
Of the guys that were in it before.
Well, you're relaunching for this is going to continue.
We were mostly a 4-piece for our entire existence. I played, just basic rhythm chords, which I'll still do some here, but I'm just more singing than anything now. Got 2 guitar players.
Nice.
Darrin
Brady,
my duo
which
partner.
we will
We'll
be
get to
bringing
that,
him
yeah.
up.
Yep.
Well, and we're a good point at the pandemic to bring that up. So that's kind of what led into the whole duo thing.
Okay, cool.
But Darrin Brady on guitar, leading rhythm. His fraternity buddy named Joe Cutrell on bass, who's a phenomenal bass player. I mean, he came up and jammed with us one time in No Hit Wonders, towards the end. I'm like, man, that guy's good if we ever need a bass player. But Darrin was playing bass in the band at that time because we were a 4-piece. And I think you may have heard of these other guys. They're related. Ireland, Bobby Ireland on drums, who has been in every band at some point that I've been in. If I got a call for a drummer, first call I'm making, Bobby, I need a drummer. So he's been a part of every band I've ever been in because we were roommates. We were BFFs to this day. And he's got a son named Nick. Nick's our other guitar player.
Cool.
And then me. The weakest link. So
2026, and this is something that you are going to then move forward with and keep it going.
Yeah, we're not going to do 6 shows a month or nothing. One show a month.
You say that now. That's what everyone says. And then the calls start coming in.
Maybe so. But we'll do as many as we want. Because they got their band, we've got our duo.
Right.
I don't want to step on everybody's toes. Because I love doing the duo stuff because we have to sit down. We're usually home.
That's all you need to say.
We're usually home by 10 o'clock.
There's a reason so many people are doing the duo acoustic.
Sure.
So, back to the pandemic and, losing 9 months worth of gigs there. Once things started opening back up, Darrin goes, hey, why don't we start doing a duo thing just to get us in some of these clubs?
Just to get back going.
We'll play for minimal, feed us, we're in. So, and with the, agreement that, when things really open up, we want a little bit more money. And a couple of clubs said, okay, we'll do that, And so we started doing that. And it's like the thing I love about acoustic, we could play anything.
Yeah.
And so people go, what do y'all play? I say, we play everything from Everly Brothers to Foo Fighters.
Yeah.
And in a band, you're kind of pigeonholed into whatever your niche is. Like you guys are doing a lot of 90s stuff.
Right.
I love doing the 80s stuff and a little bit of 70s stuff.
Right.
Rock. But, it's cool to do a Charlie Pride song. Mm-hmm. And then it's cool to do a 3 Doors Down song. Sure. And
that helps with the tip bucket.
Helps with the tip bucket. And, and what still cracks me up every time we play Bye Bye Love by Everly Brothers. And I'm a big, huge Everly Brothers duo fan. Thank you, Dad. And it's cool to watch a 13-year-old going, bye, bye,
right.
It's like, because man, she's 13, or he's 13 and they're singing this song. So that's cool, And I love that we can do hell, we started doing the Scooby-Doo theme song.
Nice.
Because how many people sat in front of their TV eating their cereal every Saturday morning, Scooby-Doo, it's like, and people love it, So that was Darrin's idea, to get back into clubs, and we've been doing it for 5 years now, and having a blast still, And like I said, we get to sit down.
And we just saw you recently at the Phelps poolside.
Yeah.
For their little Oktoberfest.
And you saw our wide range of songs.
Absolutely.
It wasn't a little Oktoberfest.
Yeah, I know.
It was
right?
a big Oktoberfest.
What's the problem, Ossifer?
The best line is, Can we do one more? It's a country song.
Yeah. We'll let you sing. You have a soundbite from Mark Holt on there? Yeah. Mark Starr, excuse me.
Mark Starr.
Love you, Mark.
So Darrin Brady. Tell us more about him, though, as far as I know. You just went down some history with all the different projects you've been a part of, but I mean, you guys have been working together for quite some time.
Yep, he joined No Hit Wonders like our last year or 2 years on bass because we needed a bass player. And we had a lot of fill-in bass players at the time. Where were you at that time? We could have called you.
I was a nobody, just like now.
Yeah,
He was
I can't remember.
playing casinos.
Can't remember exactly why we didn't have a bass player at the time. I think he went to join another band, and I don't remember anyway. But we were playing with a fill-in bass player the night of Kiss's last show at Forum, or is that what it's called? Downtown?
Oh,
FedEx?
FedEx Forum.
There you go. I couldn't think of FedEx. I worked for FedEx. Couldn't think of it. We were playing at Alfred's for the after party. You know?
Okay.
And the No Hit Wonders were. And Darrin was there with his wife, and my wife went to the concert. She's my girlfriend at the time. She went to the concert, and they all came back over there and hung out with us, you know, and somehow it got mentioned that we were looking for a permanent bass player. And Darrin goes, I can play bass. I'm like, well, you're a guitar player. He goes, yeah, well, I can play bass. I'm like, okay, well, all right. Here's our song list. Learn
Give
our
it a try.
songs, you know.
Yeah.
And I'd known Darrin since the 80s. I knew his wife since about 86. I met her before he did, or I knew her before I knew him. So I knew him because of her. And we'd never played together, you know, until he said, "Oh, I can play bass." So, and he joined our band as bass player, and then he came to me with the idea, "Hey, let's get back in these clubs. Let's do some acoustic stuff." I'm like, "Okay, we'll do that."
Yeah.
And here we are.
And you can book weeknights with acoustic.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so much
Straight from work,
Yeah.
you know, to someplace around the corner and
They
get
don't
off.
have nearly as much gear to haul.
Yeah, and get off
That's
get off
awesome.
work at 5:30 and go, you know, 6:30 at Huey's and be home by 10, you know, and get a good burger in between, you know.
So with a name, No Hit Wonders, it makes me wonder about the song list. Is it one of those bands? Was it one of those bands where you're trying to go for the album cuts, the B-sides, or was it just a play on
a
words?
little of both. I mean, yeah, it was a play on words. I mean, because, you know, I wanted to do some obscure stuff. I mean, you know, I want everybody in the band to like, hey, pick one that you like. You know, hopefully the crowd will like it too. You know, and I'm that kind of guy. And I like the Lost 45s. I love the stuff they do, and I'll try to do a little bit of that. And, you know,
And they do it so well too.
Yeah, and I
It's so
did.
good.
You know, I did a thing with that one night. I remember everybody going, "Oh, you played a lot of songs I didn't know." I go, "Good," you know.
That's what we kind of wanted to do. Yeah.
But I bet she knew it. I bet he knew it. You know, like we're in No Hit Wonders now. We're playing the Tubes. Talk to You Later. You know, it's just Steve Lukather's guitar lick, and Nick nails it. And it's like, you know, it's like you remember hearing it on the radio, but not every band's doing it. And I wanted to do a little bit of both. You know, yeah, we're going to play Brick House because we want the dance floor packed. But we're going to do, we'll do Jesse's Girl. But we're also going to do this.
Get the balance. Yeah. So you just said now we are playing. So does that mean rehearsals?
Oh yeah, we've
underway?
been we rehearse most every Monday night unless somebody's got something to do. So
cool.
we've probably got, you know, almost a full night's ready to go.
Do you have a day relaunch show booked?
We're working on it.
Okay.
John at Hadley's already said he wants the first show. So
So you're willing to go there?
It's probably going to be at Hadley's.
Okay, cool.
And I think Darrin texted all of us the other day, said he's going to try to work on a couple of dates in January. So
Okay.
Very cool. I
so
can't wait to
I'll let
see
you
it.
know. Yeah, my wife made a new logo for us and got new T-shirts, and
How does it feel for you to have a band behind you again?
I love it.
Yeah.
I mean, I love because you know, like I said, I play a little bit of rhythm guitar too, and it's fun to you know. I bought a new guitar last year, and it's like, you know, plug it in, turn the amp on. I'm like, oh man, I got to do this again. You get blown.
Let's turn
Back
this
to the
up.
Future, yeah. And
You
I'm like,
mentioned T-shirts. Do you have T-shirts done?
just for the band.
Oh, well, I'm ready to get one.
I'll get you.
let
I'll
us
get you
know.
guys. Yeah, I'll
we'll-
get you guys one.
We'll Venmo you some money and get a shirt.
No, you wear them on the show, you get them for free.
No, we always wear them on the show, but we don't. It's supporting bands. We don't mind paying for them.
Well,
so.
I'll say this to my wife. They get the discount. They're just paying for the shirt. Okay? She'll be fine with that. She'll be fine with that.
Cha-ching.
She made them for all the members of the band, and I surprised her one night. So
Before we get too far or too close to the end here, there was another thing you wanted to talk about, and that was health.
okay, back to the pandemic again.
Okay.
So I tell this story the same. I tell it every year on Facebook because I always put a video out there. But my son graduated high school in 2018, and he went to University of Nebraska. I'm sorry, 2019, because the pandemic hit 2020. So he graduated high school in 2019, went to school at University of Nebraska to major in political science, and he hated it. So I'll get to that part in a minute. So pandemic hits. My wife and I had gone on a cruise in March, the 80s cruise, which you go on every year. If you've heard us talk about that, that's a whole other story. It's a blast.
What's your wife's name?
Ray Lynn.
Okay. I knew that. I just wanted to let the audience know.
Raylyn Garcia Houston. She has no middle name, so her maiden name is now her middle name.
Gotcha.
Raylyn Garcia Houston. She makes T-shirts, tumblers. What do you need?
There you go.
But she and I had gotten engaged on the 80s cruise. I got to tell this story too, if you don't mind. I had it set up to get on stage with Loverboy on the cruise.
Nice.
Ooh.
But the day before we leave for the cruise, we're at the hotel in Miami. You know, the boat's leaving, or ship's leaving the next morning. I get an email, you know, the standard email from the 80s cruise people. Loverboy's out. So-and-so is out. Kool and the Gang is in. I'm like, Loverboy's out? What am I going to do? I had it all planned, you know, and my sources that was helping with this through Mike Reno, he was like, yeah, we'll do it. We'll get him up on stage. He'll do it. And we'll play this song, which was, This Could Be the Night. We're going to play that song.
Nice.
But the last couple of weeks before the cruise, he was kind of quiet.
Yeah.
He got an email from who was helping us, and she didn't get anything back. And I'm like, oh, shit. I'll just find him on the ship. Go, hey, I'm the guy.
Right.
You know. So that didn't happen. But I got to sing karaoke with a full band. You know, they do this karaoke thing.
Sure.
Like, hey, I sang it with them once. I go, hey, you're doing this again. Can I propose to my wife on stage? So I got to throw that out there.
Cool.
So anyway, we come back from the cruise engaged. And then April 9th, I'm off work because we shut down. Work at Memphis Record Pressing.
Mm-hmm.
We shut down for the pandemic, you know, because it's like everybody's closing.
Mm-hmm.
She's still working because she's a dog groomer. I had just gone to see her at work, and my leg was hurting. I thought, you know, I'm 60, 58,
Right.
60, whatever. I pulled a muscle, you know, in my sleep. That happens. So I wake up that morning, and I go see her at work, and I said, okay, well, I'm leaving. I'm going home because we didn't live together at the time. I said, I'll text you when I get home. And so I stopped to get gas at Kroger on Poplar, and my leg was just killing me. I mean, like, God, what is this? And I'm like sweating when it's like, you know, 60 degrees outside. And I'm like sweating my ass off. I'm like, God, maybe I should go to the emergency room. Nah, I'll go home.
Was there something physical you could feel?
Yeah, no, I couldn't feel anything, just pain.
Yeah.
Just pain, but there wasn't like a knot or anything in there.
Not at all. And it was just unbearable at this point. Now the day before it was hurting, but not as bad. But that day, that was a Thursday, hurting horribly. And I said, maybe I should go to the emergency room. No, I'll just go home. So I get home, I go in, I sat down on my bed. I said, well, I'm gonna lay down for a while. So I had sweatpants on. So I stood up, pulled my sweatpants down, and sat back down. All of a sudden, boom, I'm gasping for air. Like literally like, you know, like, what's going on? You know, and I'm like, of course, I don't know if my leg is hurting or not, because at that point I forgot about it. Well, apparently, you know, it was a blood clot. Sure. Went left there, went through the heart, and boom, both lungs, pulmonary embolism, bilateral pulmonary embolism. So of course, I'm that guy that, you know, I'll catch my breath in a minute. I'll catch my breath in a minute.
Yeah.
And I pull
Throw
out
some dirt on it.
And I pull out my phone. I pull out my phone. I'm like, 911. I'll catch my breath in a minute. You know, and I'm still gasping desperately for air. And then the room starts doing this in front of my eyes. I'm like, okay, shit, you know.
Bam.
Yeah.
And so I hear, hello, 911, can I help you? I'm like, I snapped out of whatever wherever I was going.
Right.
And I'm telling her what's going on. You know, so I need an ambulance. I can't breathe, blah, blah, blah. She's like, what's your address? I tell her, she goes, where are you at in your house? I said, I will be in my carport waiting for him.
Yeah.
So put my sweatpants back on. I'm still trying to breathe. Right. My mom lives a couple blocks away from me. My aunt lived across the street. So I knew I needed to call my mom, because if my aunt saw an ambulance pull up to my house, all hell's breaking loose, you know. So, oh my God, you know. So I call my mom, I'm going to the hospital, you know. What?
I'm going.
Yeah. What hospital are you at? I said, I don't know. You hear the sirens? And I lived actually about a mile and a half, 2 miles away from a fire station. So I hear the siren, you know, in my head, or, you know, while I'm leaning on my car, sitting on my flower bed.
Yeah.
And of course, they pull up with the stretcher, and they knew exactly what was going to put the oxygen on me. And this was great in the ambulance. You know, of course. Have you ever ridden in an ambulance?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know how people don't get out of the way of ambulances?
Yeah.
So, you know, I've got a guy back there with me trying to calm me down, tell me how to breathe, and, you know, move, motherfucker, move, you know, honking his horns.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I can curse on here, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good.
Sure. I mean.
So, and of course, I'm laughing, and
Okay.
That's pretty much what he's saying to these drivers. Oh, by the way, sir, and being in an ambulance is not a comfortable ride. It's like you know, even though I'm strapped in, I'm doing all this stuff, you know. But I go to Baptist East, you know, and of course they finally tell me you got a bilateral pulmonary embolism, and we're going to try to take care of you. So you're out of the woods right now, but we don't know. And of course, this is right when pandemic hit.
Yeah.
So of course,
major lockdown.
Yeah.
So your family can't come see you.
Nope. So and of course, at this point, my wife thinks I'm home taking a nap.
Right.
And I forgot to text her when I got home. So finally, after a while, I said, you know, we're going to get me stabilized. And finally, the best girl who knows where the veins are sticks me 8 times.
Yeah.
And finally sticks me in the hand, which hurt like hell, to get an IV in me. I said, can you hand me my phone? I need to text my fiance. Hey, I'm okay, but I'm in the emergency room.
Yeah.
What? I'll call you in a few minutes. So, of course, she's worried until I call her and tell her what's going on. I said, well, I just now found what's going on. Don't know what it is. Back to my story about my son. Right after that, he tells me, Dad, I'm quitting University of Nebraska. I'm like, dude, you got a scholarship. Why? You know, why? I hate political science. I told you. I knew that, but I'm not going to tell you what to do. What are you going to do? I'm going to community college. You got a scholarship to University of Nebraska. Why are you going to? I want to be a paramedic and help people. Got my blessing.
Right.
2 guys in the ambulance saved my life. You go do it. And he's a paramedic up in Nebraska right now, loving it.
Oh, good for him.
Well, the next time
That's
that you
awesome.
tell this story, because it got disappointing, because you started out with your fiance and then you were talking about how your leg was hurt. I'm thinking circus sex with the new fiance. He hurt himself. He pulled the muscle. Then we go to you almost died from a pulmonary embolism. So don't start with the fiance story.
Okay, well, I mean, I have to start with that because it's like, you know, she just got engaged. We just got engaged a month later. I'm like, I'm almost dying. So I'm sorry, honey.
Raylan's going to smack me next time she sees me after that.
She'll smack me.
You're not getting a shirt.
That's it. But yeah, and so, you know.
So the moral of the story, too.
Spent a week in the hospital. Moral of the story is men, especially, and women too, if you ever feel something wrong, and this is my PSA to everyone out there, if you ever feel something wrong with your body because you know it better than anybody else, go to the damn emergency room.
Yeah.
Call damn 911. Do whatever you got to do to stay alive. Because I was there.
Yeah.
I mean, if I had not called, you'd be having somebody else in here right now.
And you could have died before they ever got there.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was told that in the hospital. So good thing you called when you did, because if you'd have waited another minute to call,
may not have been. May not have made it.
Because that tank of oxygen saved my life.
Oh,
you know.
Yeah, because I'm a stubborn one too.
Yeah.
We all are. We all are. I hate taking ibuprofen. I hate taking. But here's the cool thing. So, you know, I get a new doctor, I get a heart doctor, I get another doctor, you know, all these are now my new doctors. You know, and that one doctor goes, well, you're going to be on Eliquis blood thinner for the rest of your life. I'm like, no, bet me.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be on this rest of my life. So I get on 8 drugs while I'm in the hospital. And now, 5 years later, I take 1 pill every once in a while for my high cholesterol.
Yeah.
So I'm off of everything else.
Good.
And you've dropped a lot of weight.
I've dropped a lot of weight. Still working on that.
As has Darrin, by the way.
Yes, Darrin.
I thought you were going to say Derrick. I'm like, what Derrick are you fucking talking about?
I didn't even recognize him at the Falls.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was like, I had to do a double take.
Darrin, God bless him, he's done it natural. Which is hard to do.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I've had a little help from Manjaro, which, you know, my doctor, because my A1C was like up there when it's supposed to be like right here. So I asked my doctor, and I said, am I a good candidate? Yeah, and I hated metformin. That didn't do a thing for me for A1C.
Yeah.
But
Manjaro is a wonder drug.
Yep. And my A1C is like here, where it needs to be. So that's the best thing
good
about
for
that.
you.
Good deal.
But there's something else I want to say about all that whole thing about the doctor and everything. Doctors. Oh, and the cool thing, you know, like I had a vein doctor, the one that actually broke up all the blood clots in my lungs. You know, he put a catheter in me for 3 days straight and shot, you know, heparin and all that stuff in there when I was in the hospital. You know, so it's doing. You come back and see me in 3 months. Okay, cool. 3 months. Come back and see me 3 months. Okay.
Yeah.
Next one. We're gonna push you out to a year. You're doing good. We're gonna all right, cool. So then it was a year, and I went in July this year. So, well, how you feeling? I feel great. Well, I don't see anything wrong with you, and I'm not gonna waste your time every year anymore. If you need to come see us, you come see us. Other than that, we don't need to see it. I'm like,
Cleared.
Then you get on the elevator and you're like, oh, God, that was so great.
That's a good story, man.
That
is awesome.
That is. Not quite as good as Circus Sex with the new fiance, but it's still a good story.
Well, that being said, after that doctor's appointment, no. She's my wife now.
Yeah.
Time to celebrate.
No, man, that's awesome that you got over it.
Congratulations. That must have been a very awesome day.
I call
to
it,
get that news.
April 9th every year. I call it my reflection day.
Yeah.
My day of reflection. Because I'll get on Facebook and do a 5-minute video saying, hey, same thing. If you feel something, you know how your body's supposed to feel. If it doesn't feel right, go to the doctor.
So on April 9th, 2026, I'll know
see my
more
video.
about this
You'll see my
backstory
video,
here.
yep.
So, congratulations on that. We're
thank
very
you.
happy you're still here with us.
I'm glad to be here with you
And
guys.
I'm glad I got to know you, over,
absolutely.
over this time now. So,
Yep.
well, man, the time has come.
Yeah.
We're getting towards the end. Is there anything missing? Any shout outs you want to give?
I do want to say this, 'cause I was actually asked this question yesterday. We met a couple that moved here 6 months ago at the event yesterday. They were there Friday night and yesterday, and I said, "Yeah." He told me after the Starship concert last night. I said, "Man, you guys have a really close knit music community here." I go, "Dude, we do." I go, and I'm like, "That guy's a musician. That guy's a musician." He walked. I go, "That guy's a musician. That guy's a musician." I go, "We all support each other."
Yeah.
And it's always been that way. I mean, because I grew up, in the 70s and 80s watching Creed, Target, then Cobra, Jimmy Davis, The Breaks, and it's like. If one of those guys or girls were off, they'd go see the other band and, hey, get up, play with us. And it's still that way, 40 years later. I've been doing this for right at 40 years where I've actually been on a stage in front of people, not just in a garage somewhere.
Right.
And pulling together for benefits.
Yeah. And I will throw the Memphis music community up there with anybody to rival it anywhere going, you may have a good community, but ours is as good as, if not better.
Right.
Because
Amen
we
to
care.
that.
We care about our
Amen to
people.
that.
And there was a point, in the early 90s, it was like, man, that band sucks. We're better than them. And I'm like, come on, man. We're all trying to get the same
competitive
gigs. Yeah.
era.
Yeah.
Everyone was competitive
Exactly.
back then.
And it's cool to be competitive.
Everyone's trying to get a damn record
That's
deal.
right.
Yeah.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
a different
Yeah.
vibe then.
Yeah, that's true.
Different mission, right?
Well, and we were different ages.
Right.
You get older and you realize.
But it's also just a different era of the business. That was a thing.
Yeah.
You could, if you did it right, you could maybe get a damn record deal.
Right. And there's still a certain amount of that feeling of competition here, but it's in a good way because I see Jacob Turner and I'm like, yeah, I really need to get my shit together and be a better drummer. That's the kind of competition I feel is that they elevate me to try to do better.
Thank you, Jacob.
Yeah.
Well,
Jacob and Jimmy, and there's so many, and I hate to mention a couple and not mention everybody else, but there's so many amazing drummers and just musicians in general that you want to when you hit the stage, you don't want people going, well, that guy's not that good.
Yeah.
My bass player counterpart, and I've told this to him before, Lance Binder.
He's amazing.
He knows. If I'm doing a show and he rolls in, I've told him, I'm like, when you walk in, it juices me up a little more. I want to be better.
Sure.
Because I want, I want to bring it for you, man. And he's like, I feel the same way, and it's a good thing to have.
Right.
As a singer, you don't want to look out, or me, I don't want to look out the crowd and see Jeff Adams standing there going,
for sure.
Shit.
Yeah.
But
forget your name.
But yeah. But the thing I love I do know Jeff Adams, by the way.
Yeah.
I know Jeff Adams. The thing I love about him, he's so humble, just like Jimmy Jameson was a lot, and John Roth. All of us really around here are pretty much humble,
Yeah.
And the thing I love about Jeff will be the first one to come and go, man, you guys, you sounded great.
Yep.
Yeah, no, Jeff's awesome.
Jeff, I got a sore throat. I just downed a whole bunch of apple cider vinegar mixed with all this other stuff to try to sing.
Yep.
You sounded great. I'm like, whatever, Jeff.
True story. I sent a text to him yesterday before they took the stage and said, man, I'm excited to see you do your thing with Starship. This is the first time. His response was, you guys sounded great today. Talking about my band.
Right.
Yep.
So that's pretty awesome.
And,
that's cool.
and a compliment from just a regular person in the crowd. You guys are great. Thank you. I appreciate
Yeah.
that. Thank you for coming to see us. But when you hear it from a musician,
Right.
It holds a
'Cause here's
different
the
weight.
thing.
Yeah.
if you don't hear from a musician, they don't have anything good to say.
Yeah.
But if you hear it, man, you guys sounded great. It's true.
Yeah.
And that, to me, that means more than to your average
Yeah, that's
crowd.
your point. Nobody's going to say, well, you guys suck.
Yeah.
They're just going to not say anything.
Yeah, they're going to, damn, that band, God,
But if they say you guys sounded great, then it's true because they're paying attention and they're giving you a compliment.
Right.
So it's awesome.
One more thing.
Yes, sir.
I know we're ready to go, but I'm not going to mention that Paul guy anymore. Can you set him in?
Yeah.
But,
One more.
but I do
That's
want to
okay.
mention Jimmy Folk. So
Love Jimmy.
I do have 3 original songs out there under my own name. You can stream them, you can download them, you can do it on Bandcamp, all that stuff. So I got 3 or 4 more in his studio that we're hopefully going to finish up soon so I can get them back out. So that guy.
Yeah.
We all know it.
Hey,
but
just by coincidence, Broken Snare Studios got your shirt on. brother.
Everything I've
Yeah.
ever recorded of my solo stuff has been done there.
Yeah.
And the cool thing, it's just me and him because, I don't mind writing with a band, and but to have one guy in there with me doing everything.
He plays every instrument under the
Yeah.
sun. You don't need anybody else in there.
So I'll
And now plays a good harmonica.
yeah. Oh yeah, I heard. So I'll write a 3-chord song, record it on my phone, and send it to him. Hey, this is the next one. Help me. And like next thing I know, we're in there, and he's like, "All right, here, how's this sound? Okay, cool." And then you're playing drums and playing guitar, and like, dude, perfect. Then I go home, put it in the car, listen on the way home. Hey, we need to do this, we need to do that. So, thank you, Jimmy Folk, for helping me with my solo.
Jimmy
career.
Flup,
So
as Paul Moreau says. And one more mention for Paul. But speaking of Jimmy, there's our boy right there too.
Yep.
Along with Sean Few.
We're not mentioning any of these guys the rest of the season.
No.
They got all the love they're getting this episode.
We've kissed enough ass.
And you being the wrestling fan, I didn't even get
Yes.
to mention that I used to I dated a couple times Jimmy Hart's daughter.
No kidding.
Say what?
The mouth of the South.
Oh no! When Jimmy first got into WWF or what was it first? WWF.
WWF.
Okay.
Then, yeah.
He was gone all the time, so I worked in the mall at a record store, and his wife and daughter would come in there all the time. And I grew up, and people I went to high school with, or all lived on his street. So I'd go to my friends and I'd say, "Oh, Jimmy Hart lives right there," and we'd see his daughter there. Man, she's cute.
The mouth of the South.
Yeah.
Man.
So, but she would always come in there, and her mom trusted me to take her to Stage Stop a couple of times. I'm like, okay, well, she was right at that age where she could get in. So.
Did you have any interactions with Jimmy Hart?
Not at that time.
Yeah.
I've only actually met him twice. Once last summer, and of course the first time was just like, hey.
What, was it like a Comic-Con or?
It was actually we went to Branson, the Branson thing I told you about when we saw Starship, and they had a bunch of people there for that.
Gotcha.
And so
From that era, and
I got to talk to him about his. Her name was Renee. She's since passed. She
Okay.
Oh.
She had an accident a couple of years, or like 10, 15 years ago. Got hit in the head, and
Oh, goodness. Well,
it
Jimmy
was like a freak accident,
Jimmy Hart is ageless.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like you look at him, how old? He's got to be in his 80s by now. Shit.
Looks just like he looked back in the day when I was watching it on Saturday
Well,
morning.
we didn't really date. I mean, I just took her out a couple times too there because as a friend. So, but I knew that would spark his interest.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Didn't date, but
You guys will have to come and do the wrestling thing without me.
Okay.
well, thanks so much.
Yes.
Ken Houston rocks, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right? And but before we say goodbye, we got to mention again, as always, rhythmsectionpod.com, everybody. That's where you can find all of our links. Our Apple, our Spotify, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all the good places.
What's the other one? TikTok?
No, we're not on TikTok.
No.
What?
Okay.
No, not yet.
Well, we've been saying we were going to do it
Slacking.
for like a year and a half. Thanks to our sponsors. If you're interested in becoming a sponsor, you can email us at therhythmsectionpod2022@gmail.com or reach out to us on Facebook.
And to those who donate to our Venmo and Cash App, we love you as well. We got our links in the description, or you can just search the Rhythm Section Pod on either app. You heard it here, folks. Ken Houston, No Hit Wonders, coming back 2026. Be on the lookout for that announcement. We're maybe talking Hadley's for their first show back. But by all means,
keep you posted.
when you want to start promoting that show, please let Jeff and I know.
sure will.
And we will
Sure will.
mention
And
it.
thanks
for
for coming to do this.
I did bring you guys. I thought y'all might mention this somewhere along the way. You didn't, but I did bring you a surprise. So Here's your own.
Son of a bitch! I actually planned on bringing up Buc-ee's, and I didn't do it.
Buc-ee's. We didn't even talk about Buc-ee's. Oh my goodness, you're just love
know where to
affair
put it.
with Buc-ee's.
Well, short and sweet. You can still keep music going. I used to love road tripping with my parents. We'd always stop at Stuckey's.
Okay,
Remember Stuckey's?
I remember Stuckey's.
So we'd go in there. I couldn't buy the
It's
toys,
kissing you,
couldn't
Jeff.
buy the candy. But now that I got my own money, we go to Buc-ee's.
It's kissing you. Kiss it. No, kiss Bucky.
I did.
No, look at your camera.
But that's why I love Buc-ee's. It reminds me of going on road trips with my parents. And it's a lot of fun. So
That's cool.
Pleasure, Ken.
I
Thank you.
swear I meant to bring that up
I
because
figured
you're
you guys
always
would.
posting on Facebook that you stopped at Buc-ee's, and so yeah,
I've been to 12 of them. So
awesome. Thanks
I've
for
been
doing
to
this.
0.
need to
So-
go.
And
I'll go
Darren
with
Brady, you're at some point next season you're up.
Yes. All right. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for hanging out.
Thanks
And
for having
again,
me, guys.
Thank you, Ken.
Thank you.
Take care, everybody.